and local. You're watching Acadiana's KLAF News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Grossman.
And I'm Adam Hooper. Thanks for choosing Acadiana's KLAF News at 6.
All right, Lafayette Parish is a much safer today now that the Sheriff's Office has upgraded its personal protective equipment. The equipment will offer better protection to officers when dealing with active shooters. It includes ballistic helmets, external plate carriers, and individual first aid kits, as well as modernized field force gear. LPSO says they jumped at the opportunity to order better gear following the Dallas and Baton Rouge attacks on police. Lafayette Parish Sheriff Mark Garber says it's a positive step forward in the safety of Lafayette Parish.
These are the men and women who are going to run toward the sound of gunfire if we have an active shooter in this community. They're the ones who are going to put their lives at risk to protect the public, so they should have the best protection available.
The total cost of all the equipment was about $187,000, $98,000 from local donors.
Imagine picking up your smartphone to explore crime statistics for your neighborhood, see the new restaurant permits, or chart the safest bike route through the city. Lafayette City Parish government is in the early stages of a new initiative to give everyone easy access to information sitting on government computers, what used to be inaccessible. The idea is generally referred to as open data. Residents can already access some of that data held by city parish government, including crime figures, but finding and exploring the information online can be a hard process. In Iberia Parish, 32-year-old Akia Celestine is behind bars on multiple narcotic and firearm charges. Celestine was in the home in the 800 block of Ann Street when agents searched the house with a warrant. During the search, deputies found powder cocaine, crack cocaine, marijuana, codeine, various prescription pills, handguns, and more than $1,000 in cash. The drugs have a street value of more than $30,000.
Agents are currently searching for the home of 27-year-old Akimo Hippolyte, who could be hiding. He's wanted on the same charges. Anyone with information about the location of him can call the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office at 369-3711. Deputies in Acadia Parish need your help locating a stolen dirt bike. The Honda CRF 100 dirt bike on your screen was taken from the 100 block of Mulberry Lane in Iota last Wednesday. The bike's red and white and has the number 7 on the front and side fenders. Anyone with information about this missing bike is asked to call the Acadia Parish Crime Stoppers at 789-TIPS.
Deputies in St. Mary Parish are searching for a missing welding trailer from Amelia. Officers believe the truck on your screen was involved in that theft. The incident happened on Martin Luther King Day at the business in the 9000 block of Highway 182. In surveillance video, the suspect is seen hitching the trailer to the truck and driving out of the yard. Investigators say among the stolen items are a 14-foot trailer, a Hobart 225-stick welding machine, several hundred feet of ground wire, and many other things. Anyone with information on this crime is asked to call the St. Mary Parish Sheriff's Office.
And now, Acadiana's Storm Team Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jordan Sandler.
All right, you better have that umbrella ready. The showers are coming our way. This is the cold front. Taking a look at Doppler right now, you can see the line has crossed over Opelousas. Opelousas, the worst is over for you. Just some drizzles right now, but the big hit going to come to Arneville. I'm not seeing any lightning with the system. Nevertheless, very heavy downpours. Arneville about to hit you in 5 minutes. 49 starting to get most of its rain now. Karen Crow, big hit's going to get you in about 10 minutes. And then the line that's coming toward Lafayette, we're looking as right over rain right now. It's moving at 25 miles to the east. So Lafayette, we're going to be getting many of our showers sometime here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. All of us should be dry at 8 o'clock, and then we get very cold tonight.
Thanks, Jordan. It's been nearly 2 years since the small church in Iberia Parish went up in flames, and now that congregation is taking a step of faith.
KLAF's Philip Boudreau's in the studio. Phil, how are they moving forward?
Adam, Danielle, today is a new day, and Little Zora Baptist Church in the small community of Olivier just outside of New Iberia is getting ready to rise from the ashes. Tomorrow, the church is breaking ground on its new building. For the past 2 years, Little Zora's congregation had been attending service at Pilgrim Baptist Church in New Iberia. However, a few months ago, they received a vision from God to return. Reverend Wilford Johnson says they plan to build a small metal building to replace its former church. To celebrate the occasion, the church has been doing a series of revivals, and Johnson adds the community is definitely excited.
The joy in their heart, how they was expressing that joy and that happiness just to know that we are beginning a process. I tell you, for 2 years, we didn't know what was going to happen. And then God finally opened up his mouth and he spoke to us. And the joy, I can't explain it.
The church is inviting everyone to its groundbreaking ceremony tomorrow at 2 p.m. at 3605 Old Generette Road. And the first phase of the new building is expected to be finished by July. Church leaders are also seeking help from the public to complete the project. Go to KLAF.com for more information. Live in the studio, I'm Philip Boudreau with Acadiana's KLAF News.
All right, thousands of students walked the grounds of the Cation Dome Convention Center today to get an idea of what career they might want to pursue. High school students from Lafayette, St. Martin, and Vermilion parishes visited booths of potential career paths. One of the people who participated in their company's booth is no stranger to career connections, as they were in those students' shoes almost 10 years ago.
I greatly benefited from a Career Connections event in my past by finding out that the funeral industry was a very viable option that I was very interested in pursuing, and that's how I became involved and a member of the funeral community that I am today.
Some of the booths included the Marines, the Army, Lafayette Sheriff's and Fire Department, health science, and even engineering professions.
Ninth grade science classes were taken over by Smithsonian scholars today to help encourage students' curiosity for science. Lafayette Parish School System's Gear Up program is hosting the three-day event. Smithsonian scholars presented a series of interactive lessons to help give students an opportunity to learn from the pros in different fields of science.
Sometimes science seems very esoteric and very far away from them, but this gives them an idea of what we do in science, and so that's really great, especially when you can combine things like art and science. You can reach students that wouldn't normally be really reached by the idea of doing science.
In Ms. Mulligan's ninth grade class today, the scholars helped the students apply their chemistry skills in making tie-dyed bandanas.
All right, say goodbye to that pesky construction on Bertrand. Say hello to the new Health and Science building at SLCC. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., officials and administrators from the school are hosting a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the three-story, 63,000-square-foot building. The addition to the school will have a nursing program and other health programs, as well as high-tech classrooms, computer labs, and, of course, science labs.
Republican Secretary of State Tom Schindler is defending Louisiana's election system as President Donald Trump announced an investigation into voter fraud in the fall election. Schindler released a statement today saying Louisiana did not have any widespread irregularities or allegations of fraud during the 2016 presidential election. The Secretary of State outlined a list of requirements in Louisiana law for voters, describing the requirements as many layers of legal protection to shield us from voter fraud.
The wildlife agent who was shot several times is scheduled to be released from the hospital. Earlier this month, 25-year-old Tyler Wheeler was shot 5 times during a traffic stop just north of Ouachita Parish line. Officials say Wheeler is now talking and walking with assistance and is scheduled to be discharged tomorrow. According to Wheeler's father, he will be transported to a rehab facility in Mississippi. 2 people were arrested in connection with that shooting. 31-year-old Amethyst Baird is facing attempted first-degree murder of a police officer. 34-year-old Jeremy Gillette is facing accessory after the fact to attempted first-degree murder.
Presidential nominees are the hot topic. Details from Washington coming up.
And spicy foods just might help you live longer. We checked with a few local experts to see if what you have in your kitchen may be the fountain of youth when we return.
Plus, Jordan will have your look at your full forecast in just a few minutes. Stay with us.